Do you ever think about your past disappointments? Do you ever wish that you could go back in time and start all over? Welcome to night 13 of the 31 Tales for Halloween series. If you could rewind the clock, what would you do? If you could rewind the clock, what would you do? Home, a place that I've known well. I return to the hunter's loft where I once lived. The grass is overrun, and the place looks desolate, abandoned. How long has it been since someone has lived where I have lived, has slept where I once slept? I pry the door open and wedge myself inside. The air feels moist against my skin, and it takes me back to rainy days in the spring from so long ago. He looks at me in disbelief that I could have ever lived in such a small space. He commented on how it felt cramped and that there was not even a proper door on the bathroom. Retroactively, he seemed to be worried that I had ever lived here, and he marveled at the fact that I ever made it out of here alive. I'll admit, it was a bit inconvenient to live so far away from town, but finding this place, even back then, before the wild grass took over, it was still hard to find. I wanted a space where I could write and where I had no choice but to focus on myself. Did you find what you were looking for? He asked as he paced the length of my former home, marveling at its size. I doubt even half of what you own could have fit in this space. I admitted that it hadn't, but that I had all that I needed when I lived here. The place had a certain stillness to it that seemed irrevocable as I gazed at my old home, like a memory waiting on me to enter back into its depths. The space had felt so sacred to me back then, and now, while I watched him pace the length of the room, I couldn't help but feel a sense that it was becoming tainted. This was somewhere that I should have returned to alone. The place wanted me to be alone. Just then, there was a crashing sound as the ceramic fell and shattered on the hardwood floor. Annoyance surged through me in that instant. I was already feeling antsy that he was here with me, and then he broke something. "What the hell did you just do?" I screamed at my boyfriend. "I didn't do shit, Elizabeth. I swear, I was nowhere near it." "Then how did it fall? Did you hit the ledge that it was on while you were doing your incessant pacing, and it just took a while?" I don't know. I doubt it. But even if I did, who cares? This place doesn't look like anyone's lived here in a long time, nor do they care about it at all. It's humid, I feel hot, and I'm ready to go. "Start walking then," I spat at him, because I didn't go through all of this effort to be out here just to leave immediately. This place is precious to me. "Come on, it's not that great. Plus, you don't have to be here to remember the details. You've seen the place. Can we just go? I have a weird feeling all of a sudden." "I already told you that I'm not leaving. Start walking if you want to. I'll pick you up after a while." I watch as he storms out of the house. I'm not sure if he'll come back or not, but for now, I don't care. This place is finally mine again, as it was meant to be. I can feel the energies of the place as they rush through me. Every thought that I ever had while living here, every dream, and every desire that I ever had back in 2015 fills me. My heart is beating frantically against my chest as I try to make sense of it all. An overwhelming sensation takes over as I think about how much I have failed during these past 6 years or so, and of all the life that I had missed out on. There's a voice that speaks to me now, telling me that I was a failure, that I should give up if I couldn't do what I set out to do in so many years. Then there was no point for my continued existence. The man I thought that I was going to marry was gone. The people that loved me then all thought of me as a disappointment. I had hurt my friends, and I had done nothing but waste all the years that were presented to me. The voice continued to say cruel things to me as my body writhed in pain upon the hardwood floor. My lungs were filling with dust, and I wanted nothing more than to make it stop. Do you really want it to all end? The voice snarled in my ear. Yes, please, I don't want to live, I yelled. I failed. I'm a failure. You're right. You're right. You're right. Let me take over, the voice said. I can rewind the clock. I can take your body from you, your thoughts, your desires, your dreams, and your fears. I can make all of them come true. All you have to do is let me become you. Let me inside, denounce your life, and let me have it. Become the observer as I make you better. You don't have to do anything. Let me give you all that you have ever desired. I can feel my bones digging at my skin as he speaks, begging to be let free. My body is sweating, and I feel as if I can't breathe. All thoughts of my failure fill my mind, and all I want is to be set free. What's the point of living? The voice asked me. Let me take it from you. Your body seems ready for me to own it and to control it. The cabinet doors violently open and close as the wind howls around me. I can see objects falling and shattering all around me, and I know that it's my fault. This place was condemned because of my negative energy. The voice was right. I didn't deserve my body. I had done nothing to make my life, my reality, or my dreams come true. You can take it, I say as my body jerks uncontrollably. Make my life better. Give me everything that I dreamed of and make it true. I could hear maniacal laughter as the world went still and black. I woke in the same place where I had been, not remembering anything that had just happened. The room was moist, and it had been destroyed. I tried to take in my surroundings, but my head is pounding against my skull, making it harder for me to concentrate. I don't remember passing out, and a man that I scarcely recognize seems to be worried. He has my hand in his hand, and he's holding it tight. I smile weakly at him, but something seems wrong. I had been here with someone else, hadn't I? The man I was with had fair hair, but this man's hair was dark. I tried to put the pieces together, but I could feel nothing at all. I wanted to understand, but nothing made sense. I could hear a growling coming from the shadows of the room, and it felt as if it was the only thing that my brain could focus on. When I got up to go check on it, the man who was holding my hand told me to lie back down. He thinks that I might have had a concussion and that the medical team would be coming soon to check on me. My eyes were drooping. I wanted to go back to sleep, but the man with the dark hair told me to try to stay awake. Where am I? What happened? I asked him. I don't know, he said. I came back to visit the place where we once lived and where we fell in love. And suddenly you fell to the floor. Your body went into a spasm, and it looked as if you may have been being possessed. I've called a priest to check on you. He should be here soon, too. A priest? Why did you call a priest? Darling, I'm worried about you, and I thought that would comfort you. Darling? I thought to myself. Who is he, and what did he mean? I began yelling for my boyfriend, but this man held me down. There's no one we know by that name, he said. It will be all right. We'll get you fixed up soon so you can return back to your parents. I'm sure that our kids are wondering where we've been. I still wasn't sure what he was saying. Nothing about this seemed correct. When the doctors came and I was rushed to the hospital and the tests were ran, there was nothing that anyone could find that was wrong with me apart from the sudden onset of amnesia. A whole 5 years passed this way, and I felt as if something had been taken away from me. I felt empty. Years passed, and my mental state grew worse instead of better. I felt like some part of me was missing, and that my life was incomplete. I didn't love my husband, as I discovered the dark-haired man to be, and I did not know our children at all, nor could I find it in me to love them. They seemed scared of me, as if they knew that I was not their mother. Each night, when I fell asleep, I could hear a whisper of someone saying, "This is what you asked for. There is no turning back."